you gonna be in the video? Are you? Are you grumpy about this? What? Oh. Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. No, Ash, come back. Come back. Thank you for being here. Today, we're talking about getting rid of board games, which is something that a few of my friends, specifically Jan, the co-host of this channel, and Alex from Board Game Co. are experts at, to the degree to which Jan has maintained a one-Kallax shelf collection for years, and Alex has an entire business built around selling and trading called Board Game Co., which, to me, just sounds absolutely mind-blowing and horrendous. You see, I don't like getting rid of games, and I'm down in Kentucky right now with a few of the games that haven't made their way up to Maryland yet, trying to decide, am I taking them all? Am I selling some? Where do I make the determining line? And up in Maryland, the thing that you all haven't seen yet, I have 3 Kallax shelves and a closet full of board games that have spanned over the 4 or so years that I have been invested in this hobby. And let me tell you, that is too many games. It just is. There's too many games for me to ever play, ever table, ever learn, and more games are coming out all the time. So I've been struggling to try and decide, what games do I keep? What games do I give away? What games do I sell? How do I draw that line? And I wanted to have a conversation with you all, the audience today, talking about my thought process and desperately asking you for yours. How do you decide what games are part of your permanent collection? How do you decide what is going to be liquidated and sold? What if you're going to be buying a game again? This is a conversation that I want and I think we really should have. So, let's get into it. Why don't I like selling games? Well, I don't like selling games because, for me, I don't like the process of listing and finding a price and going through a buyer and going to the post office, packaging all of them. I have a lot going on with my normal work, with photography, videography, Quackalope. I'm very, very busy, and busy specifically with the things that I enjoy doing the most, and I don't enjoy organizing, listing, or selling nearly anything. That goes with camera equipment, that goes with games, that goes with collectibles. I have a stockpile of things that should have been liquidated years ago that I just never have, including a 6-rig GoPro camera system that was designed to make a 360 video back when that was new technology. You remember that? When everyone was finding these 360-degree videos to be the most mind-blowing thing ever? Yeah, I bought into one of those rigs, thinking to myself, well, this will be good to use at weddings, and I still have it sitting in a case. If I'd sold that years ago, it probably would have been a better, a better investment of my time and money. Whatever the case, I don't enjoy selling. And then combined with that, I like giving things away. I like handing games off to people. If I can give it to a fan or give it to a friend that came over to play, I prefer that so much more, to the degree to which I've probably given away thousands and thousands of dollars worth of games that have been sent to me, that I've owned for years, that I bought and enjoyed, but friends seem to enjoy more. This hobby's all about the community you have. It's all about investing in each other and giving back to the space that you exist in. And so if I have an opportunity to do so, well, it's exciting. I was just over at a friend's house today who I happen to have given a PlayStation 4 to. One of my close friends, someone who's been there for me when I needed some people to be around, and him and his kids were sitting down and playing with it. And to me, that was worth that present, right? Like that was worth the fact that his family's getting joy out of it, out of something that I was never using and utilizing. So, let's get down to the brass tacks. How do we make a decision in this hobby space? How do I decide what games I'm keeping, what games I'm getting rid of, and what games I'm giving away? Because the reality of it is, I can't just keep holding on to them all. It's not the responsible thing to do, it's not the realistic thing to do, and there's so many games coming out all the time, I'm gonna need to set some guidelines for myself. So, here's my thought process so far. I'm going through the titles and trying to decide if I'm ever going to play the title sitting in front of me. Then I'm trying to look a little bit wider, trying to decide if the group I'm with is ever going to play the titles that are in front of me. And then finally I'm asking myself that core critical question, if I'm not playing it, what is it still there for? Do I intend to play it for coverage or because I want to do channel content? Am I holding on to it specifically because I have some sort of like nostalgia or good memory? Am I waiting for a wife to show up so that her and I can spend the next 10 years playing through a game like Gloomhaven? That's a reasonable question to ask. I mean, I could justify holding on to a few of these big box campaign games with the hope that I'll find a partner who's interested in playing them with me. But until I get there, I have to know why they're staying in the collection. Let's look at some of the games that I still have here in Kentucky and examine the reasons for me holding on to them. And I'll ask you all the question, should they be going? Like, should I still have them? Starting over here, I have all of Cosmic Encounter still in shrink wrap because a couple years ago, I was watching Shut Up and Sit Down, and when I first got into the hobby, I bought everything they recommended. And this is one of those games that a lot of people love, and they love for good and fair reasons, but I never played it. You need too many people to play it. I never had a game group up and operating, and never had someone to teach me, and then recently, about 4 months ago, I did get a chance to sit down and play it, and I'm going to be honest, it wasn't the game for me. I didn't love it. I didn't enjoy it. But I still have that part of me that feels like I'm wrong. Like, I should love it. Like, it's the right type of chaos that I would really, really enjoy sitting down and playing again. So do I hold on to this out of the hope that I will play it and will enjoy it? Is it time to sell it because, well, I'm not playing it and I didn't enjoy it? Or do I give it away to a friend who would legitimately have fun with it? I mean, there's a decent amount of money invested in there. At what point is a gift irresponsible versus a gift reasonable to just kind of hand off to people? Over here with Bunny Kingdom. Bunny Kingdom, still here, still in shrink. You know why this is still in shrink? It's not because I don't like this game. I absolutely adore Bunny Kingdom. But every single friend that I play games with in my game group currently owns a copy of Bunny Kingdom and the Sky expansion. And we play those. We play those a lot. This game's amazing. But do I need a copy of it? I mean, a copy that I've never opened, a copy that I've never tabled? I don't know that I do. Most of the time I'm visiting friends to play games with them, and everyone in my circle already has a copy of this. So do I gift it? Well, everyone already owns it. Do I sell it? Well, I really want my own copy one day, and if I don't have the same friend group, I'm gonna need to get my own. I don't know. Do I just store it, leave it on the shelf for the time being, still in shrink wrap? Trying to figure out that question. That's the ultimate debate. And up here, we have Millennium Blades. This is an example of a game that I am very conflicted and split on because the idea of Millennium Blades is amazing. The execution of it is remarkable. And I'm going to be honest, I bought that game and the expansions specifically because that is my best friend's favorite game. Jan, the co-host of this channel, that's his game. That's his baby. That's his thing. Now, Jan never plays Millennium Blades. It's a big game to get down onto the table. It's kind of like my version of Kingdom Death, right? It is massive and ambitious and nostalgic and never makes it off of his shelf. And so I bought Millennium Blades because I wanted to learn it and play it and teach him and be excited about the thing he was excited about. And that was a year ago. And mine's also never made it off the shelf. So do I keep that game? Because it's one of my closest friends' favorite games of all time. I mean, should someone buy and keep Kingdom Death because they're good friends with me? Do I give away that game? I mean, that's a couple $100 worth of content and expansions. Is that a reasonable thing to gift? Or do I sell it? I mean, I'd feel bad selling it. I sort of want it in my collection, but I'm not going to put this game to the table for the next 3 to 5 years, and by that point, I will have a couple hundred other games coming through my collection that I'm going to need to deal with. So, help me out. Let me know. What am I supposed to do about this? What would you do about this? How do you make a decision around what games are staying, selling, or being gifted to those in your gaming group? Whatever the case, whatever you do, don't forget to do the important thing. stop buying games for a second. Like, take a moment, play some of the ones you already have on your shelf. I mean, dear Lord, there's enough out there already. And, spoiler alert, in like a month I'm going to be telling you about a few more that you really should pick up, because there's some great ones coming down the line. You better make room for them. We'll see you next time. Thanks.